Hello everyone, this is Jimmy Singh, broker owner of Supermax Realty, 647-961-2639. Welcome to my video blog, Real Estate Edge with Jimmy Singh. In today's video, I like to discuss about a report by Canadian top banks. So what are their forecast during the recent second quarter 2021 filing and the state of real estate market in Canada, in Ontario and in Greater Toronto area. So as we all know, earlier this year in the first quarter of 2021, there was a government report saying that the Canadian housing investment has reached record level close to 10.3% of our GDP. It is even more than the manufacturing. And the common question I get asked all the time is, Canada has the second biggest land mass, 4 times the size of UK, approximately 10 million square kilometers. Then how come there's bidding and there's less supply of housing? See, 60% sales last year in 2020 in around Toronto, Vancouver, Ottawa, Montreal, they are all single family detached homes. And quarter, meaning 1/4 of all sales, were apartments because people are looking for more space. The reason is, in last decade, during 1990 and even 2000s, 60% of new housing stocks were all condos. So builders were making 60% condos, whereby most of the people, they are looking for single family homes last year. And if we see, Toronto is like an island in one sense. Like, there's lake on one side, then there's green belt and provincial legislation which doesn't allow builders to keep building and the detached homes. Same in Vancouver. One way is Pacific Ocean, then there's mountain, and obviously if you go to Montreal is island as well. So the new norm or reality for the first time buyers, if their income is not high enough, condo is the only option. That is the only option until they upgrade their skill set, to have more income. And the interesting, stat as per the Builders Association in March, they said actually the single family homes, as per the government data, their construction have, came down. Only 19% homes are single family homes that are being produced. In the previous quarter, the single family homes were 24%. So we are making less and less single family homes, which the buyers seek in today's market. But we are building more of a condos, which people are just purely buying for investment, and that is something creating imbalance. So Canadian real estate market is very hot. Everybody knows that, nothing is new, and I'm sure you watch a lot of videos where they predict the crash and everything. And there might be risk of correction, I don't know, maybe down the line. But there's a recent report in the second quarter of 2021, bank filings, which talk about risk planning and best case scenario, worst case scenario, or base case scenario. So let's start with the biggest bank, RBC in Canada. So RBC feels in the base case, meaning things will go as planned. So they're predicting over the course of next 12 months in 2021, mid 2022, they're predicting a 3% compounding for the real estate properties in Canada. And over a short term, 2 to 5 years, they see the house prices going 3.7% annually. And in worst case scenario, RBC is predicting over the next 12 months, market might come down, or prices will come down 29.6%. That is the worst case scenario, meaning worse than their expectations or the base case. And in the best case scenario, better than their expectation, they're predicting in their model 11% growth or appreciation in house pricing. And even short term 2 to 5 years, RBC is predicting 11% compounding for the real estate market in Canada. Bank of Montreal, they are predicting worst case scenario, price drop 28.7%. They have revised from January their predictions as well, and they feel the base case, the price is going to go up 23.81%, and the best case scenario, Bank of Montreal is saying 33% prices will be up. They are thinking 20.8% in 2021 as well, right? And the Scotia Bank, they also cut down their worst case scenario for Canadian real estate, and they also see price growth in rest of 2021. Because what happened is, the reason they are revising their prediction or forecast is due to the government inaction. Since government is not doing much, so there's only market forces that can dictate the way if things going to pan out in future. Maybe supply and demand, demography shift, net migration, income growth, because they feel fear of missing out, or what we call FOMO, is driving a lot of buyers, because as per one of the surveys commissioned by TD earlier this year, they did a survey all over Canada, and they found out 51% of adults less than 35 years in Canada, they are willing to overbid or give more money what the seller is asking for. And 35% of adults between the age of 35 to 54 years said yes, they are willing to overbid to get a house. And 1 in 5 Canadians surveyed, they said they are willing to pay 50,000 over ask. And then 63% of Ontarians, they feel that they can't find a house in their budget, and then affordability is out of their reach. So that's why they just want to overbid everybody to at least get a house. So these are all the surveys done by the bank. And the Scotia Bank says the base case scenario, they see 7% appreciation over the next 12 months, and over the course of next 2 to 5 years, they see easily 2% growth compounding. Worst case scenario, they don't see big drastic drops as predicted by BMO and RBC, but they see the growth will be 0.4% in next 12 months. And in the best case scenario, Scotia Bank says in next 12 months, they're looking 9.2% appreciation. And in the medium range, 2 to 5 years, they see the Canadian real estate going up 4.2%. See folks, these are all statistical models, they use, all the banks use as their filing, for risk management purposes, but nobody know when the, real crash is going to happen. Nobody see 2008 coming, nobody see COVID, happening. At the end of the day, these are all the models, but you have to understand the ground realities. Since I do work with a lot of buyers and sellers, I see still, bullishness in the market. I still see people preserving their wealth by investing in real estate, maybe for their retirement, for their kids. So market overall, I feel is going to stabilize. The more supply is going to come on the market, we probably will see less bidding, but the prices will be stable. Another thing I like to talk about is Desjardins. Desjardins is one of the Canada's largest financial institutes. They see cooling in the market will be as a result of lack of affordability and the economy reopening. Meaning, if buyers can't buy a house after a bunch of offers, they might give up the dream of ownership for now and went for renting. And once the economy opens up, right now we are sitting in July 3rd week, and then Ontario already opened phase 1, and we're gonna shortly be in phase 2, and then people gonna start spending money on eating out, travel and all. So they will have less savings as a result they will be less inclined to buy a house, and they also feel because of the high home prices, there will be a lot of baby boomers or motivated sellers who want to cash out in this market and go and retire in affordable markets anywhere in Canada or in states. So that is what they feel. And they have an affordable index, Desjardins, you can Google it, and they said Ontario has almost zero affordable markets. They feel Quebec is the most affordable in Canada as of now. So all in all, combination of fewer buyers and more sellers will create a balanced market some point down the line. I hope soon, maybe in next quarter or so. And it's very hard to predict, how much people are willing to pay for a home when things change. When their priority change, they start traveling. Right now everybody is sitting in home, they're craving for more space, because if you have couple of kids and you're working from home, wife is working from home, everybody need their own separate space. So at the end of the day, guys, if you're looking to buy and sell real estate anywhere in Greater Toronto area, give our team Supermax Realty a call. I've been serving my clients for the last 15 years in Greater Golden Horseshoe. So if you want a free market evaluation or you want to invest in real estate, give me a call at 647-961-2639. To your success. Till next time, this is Jimmy Singh, broker owner, Supermax Realty. God bless.